1 second. All the announcements are going up right now. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. I see them announcements. I can see you. That little thing with Morgan Freeman where he goes, I can smell you. Nah, it's I can see you. Yeah. All right. All right. Get ourselves all set up today. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys had a wonderful Monday. And I hope you guys are having an even better Tuesday. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what we got going on. Everything's just posting itself right now. You know how it is. Yeesh. And then the dreaded Facebook. You know how it is. The dreaded Facebook. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Facebook is being Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. But how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday, man. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday. And I hope you have an even better Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know how it goes. Yeah. All right. Oh, 1 second. That water. I also started taking up drinking lemonade nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. Lemonade is good. Don't have it all the time, you know, but a little bit, you know, little treat now and then never hurt, you know. Normally, I primarily just drink water, and that's it. A lot of people are like, oh my god, why you drink water? It's so flavorless. I'm like, I mean, honestly, it's refreshing. That's just me. I don't know. Tea's just meh. I never understood why people don't let you just enjoy some water. Oh, 1 second. Facebook. Facebook is doing Facebook things. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. Yeah. Hope you guys are doing all that good stuff. Let's see here. All right. One sec. Let's get ourselves set up here. Alrighty. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right. Well, while Facebook is doing its thing, I might as well do the intro. What's up, guys? It's Double Nicks, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I am your host with the most. They call me DBL Nicks in the house, aka the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She is in the tall weeds with her bushy tail and the tall weeds and the high trees and the low seas hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes candy. Sometimes she likes RBs. Sometimes she likes videos of puppies and kitties. Sometimes she likes to jet ski. Sometimes she likes to go fire out the cannon and go wee with 2 cups of coffee. We call her Devia Moms. Yay. So that's what we're doing right now. And by the way, MURA is moving. It's 103 now. Oh, hold on.
104.
104. Hold on just a second. Because now I gotta change up my list because that's a new bagger. I just got here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
I step up in the building, all of a sudden there's baggers.
Yeah, it's a 105
Oh,
so far.
alrighty. Well then. Well. Seems that I step up in the building and all of a sudden things want to run. All right, hold on. You know what? Let me get to MURA now. MURA. All right. MURA. Having a nice little uptrend there. All right. Let's zoom in the room. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Jesus. All right, there we go. Okay. MURA currently up 105%. Hit a new high of $2.14. $2.14. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me get the graffiti pencil activated. It's a little overbought on the RSI. A little bit overbought. But I can check the float in the volume. So I got to check that. Let me take a look at that good stuff right there. Let me take a good look. Over here. All right. MURA currently has a float of 17 million and the volume is 8 million. So volume's a little less than the float. So that's something I'm a little bit cynical of, but it is moving up nicely with a nice 105% run. A little bit overbought in the RSI. That's okay. A little bit overbought. That's all right. You know, never a big fan of when it's overbought on the RSI, but it is running. It's moving. It's grooving. It's doing its thing. All right. Let's see over here. Boom. Boom. All right. Has that nice little, that movement upward right now. It's on a bit of an uptrend. However, it does need to break through this little line over here as to not become a double top. We don't like the double tops. We like the double bottoms.
We like the double bottom.
And the bottom tails. Yes, primarily the bottom tails. So it has to break through this little line over here at $2.08 for it to be somewhat schmexy to me, because right now that could potentially form a double top, and I don't like the double tops. I like the double bottoms. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get some support and resistance lines here. All right, there we go. It's moving up above $2.08. There we go. All right, it has to break through that 214 mark over there. That's the resistance. All right, you also have support line over here at $1.84. It did. It's making a new high, 110%, 111%, 113, 113%, 114%. Yes, sir. There we go. 114%. That's the stuff that I like to see. All right. It's got another support line at 160, another one all the way down here at 111, and another one all the way over here at around $1.01. So you got that going on. Let's zoom out a little bit more so I could see the lowest of the lows there. That would be 95 cents. Let's go zoom back in because, zoom back in. All right, now it's hitting a new high of $2.21. Hit that nice new high. All right, so you can remove this over here. Now we got 221. It's got to break through that. That's gonna be schmexy. All right, so we'll have to see what happens here. Let's have to see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, it did make a nice move. Made a nice move up to 115%. 115%. So let me write that down. 115. Anybody ever heard that rock song 115? Call of Duty Zombies. That song is lit. I don't know. I don't know if there's any metalheads out here. But I mean, if there are. Yes. That song is amazing. I love that song. That song is so cool. It's so like, eerie, but at the same time, it's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's kind of lit. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let me get some of these little things here in the chat for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with me. One sec. All right. Alrighty. Okay. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any stonks you want us to look at, put it in the chat. Because we will get those done. We will take a look at those. You know how it is. You know what we do. You know how we do. You know how we do. Alright. Get ourselves set up here. And then another one over here. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share. Because sharing is caring, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Sharing is caring. So be sure to share, ladies and gentlemen, because sharing is caring. And, yeah, also, you know, be sure to check out our 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for only $1.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yeah. All right. Yeah, because that's what we do. That's what we do. And actually, we called quite a few baggers today. So we called SNYR, which went up 204%. SBEV, SBEV, which we actually did a video on last night. So you can check that out on our YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Because we called that last night. And we also did a video on it. And it went up 131% today. Up 131%. And now you got MURA, which I mean, I just stepped up in the building. We called that this morning. But I just stepped up into the building, and all of a sudden, the thing goes up 115%. I'm just saying, like, where you at? So, you got that going on. You got runners. We got runners over here as well. ARBB, 64%, and MTVA, 35%. So, yeah, we got 3 baggers so far. 3 baggers. 3. All right? And then, we could potentially have more. You know how it is. You know how it is. Can never go wrong. Can never go wrong. Hold on one second. Let me get some water. That's that good stuff. Ooh. That's that good stuff. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so far we got MURA, which just went up 115%. They have news of a insider buying as well as plans to explore strategic alternatives for Mural Oncology, which is the name of the company. So they got that going on, ladies and gentlemen. So of course, MURA has a float over here of yes, the float is 15.39 million, and the volume is 28.02 million. So the volume is 28 million change, which is very good. That means that the float is lower than the volume, and that's always good. It's never bad. They can never be mad at that. Right? However, it looks like it's consolidating a little bit and forming a bit of a channel over here. Again, remember, it is overbought, so it's not exactly out of the realm of possibilities that it could go up, or it might be going a bit down to level out the RSI. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, it's got to break through this channel over here that I'm about to make. It's channel time. Channel time. It's channel time. All right. Let's see here. Alrighty. Boom. Okay, there we go. Channel time. It just hit that nice high of 221. Has to break through that 221 line for it to be schmexy. Has to break through that, ladies and gentlemen. Has to. Right now it's at 207. Needs to break through 221 and hold at the 184 mark for it to be schmexy to me. Yeesh. All right, 1 second. Oh, ever felt like a sneeze, and then, ladies and gentlemen, like it's just like right? It's like right there. You're like, aha, right? And like just as you feel you're about to sneeze, all of a sudden it's like, nope. Yeah, that was me just now. I was about to sneeze. I'm like, hold on, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to sneeze. Never mind. False alarm. All right, I see how it is. I see how it is. I see how it is. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, we got MURA currently doing 101. So we'll see what happens. Let's move on to a different stunk. Let's move on to a different stunk. Let's check out SNYR. SNYR, we called this stunk back way back when. We actually called SNYR a while ago. But right now it's up 112%. It hit a high of 204%.
Yes.
So let me go over here. SNYR. And again, we called it earlier this morning. We called SNYR. Let me see. SNYR. We called it. Oh, I gotta go all the way back. Way back. We called SNYR yesterday, actually. We called SNYR yesterday at 446, back when it was 43%. And then we put it in our early watch list for today. Right? And then afterwards, we ended up putting it up on at 3:04 a.m. back when it was 39%. We called it then as well. So we called it yesterday and we called it today. And SNYR made a nice, beautiful run up 204%. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out that 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for $199, ladies and gentlemen, because that offer might be gone soon. You never know. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on for that. SNYR had a nice 204% run, and we called that yesterday as well as this morning. So yeah. Let's zoom in the room, though. Let's zoom in the room. Let's see what we got going on. Had a bit of a history of being overbought in the RSI over here, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy at all. It's also below the VWAP. Below the VWAP, ladies and gentlemen. It's below the VWAP. So that's not good. But it has its pros. It has its cons. SNYR has a float of 2.34 million. Volume is 34 million and change. So the volume is higher than the float. The float is relatively reasonable. So yeah, the volume is higher than the float. The only thing is it's below the VWAP. However, it's not overbought, not oversold, and it did have a nice movement up at to a high of 585. But you know, that was when it hit 204%. Now it's 118%. So could it curl? Maybe. It does need some more volume. Needs the price action to kind of go its way a little bit. But other than that, yeah, it could potentially move. Maybe. I mean, it already moved. It did move 204%. So who knows, right? Yeah, that's what we got going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got that going on over here. We got our little overboughtness over here. Right here, it actually showed that it was overbought at around 6:30 a.m. So we got that going on. So let me actually draw some more lines here. Let me draw some lines. Bop, right there. Let's see what we got. Boom. Bam, right there. And then it has to break through this little descending wedge over meow. Bop, for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. It looks like it's trying to break through it, but it's got to keep holding that consistently. It does have some support and resistance lines over here. It has to hold this 342 support line, break through this 427 resistance line. Then after that, it has to break through the $5.08 resistance line, and then 585 has to break through that as well. So we'll see what happens with the stunk. Right now. It does have to break through the VWAP as well at $4.08. So you got that going on, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. We shall see. All right. In the meantime, though, let's check out another stunk. Let's see what we got here. Let's see.
Let's see.
All right. And let's see here. I'm gonna go with SBEV. Let's try SBEV.
Let's try that.
All right. SBEV, we called that stunk earlier. We made a video about it last night. Hit a nice high of 131%. 131%. So you got that going on right there. All right, let me actually get rid of these old drawings over here. Let's clear the drawing set. All right, pop right there. All right, now Let's get some new drawings up in here. Let's get some new blood in this thing. Let's get some new blood in this thing. All right, let's see here. All right, the lower low of 96 cents. So you got that going on. All right, has to break through. You got another one over here at $1.01. You got another one over here at $1.31. Got another level over here at 199. Another one over here at 224. Got another one all the way over here at 237, 246, 259, 270, and then all the way up here at 324. Ladies and gentlemen, 324. Yeah. So you got a bunch of support and resistance lines over here. Let's check this out over here. Let's zoom in the room. All right, it does have a history of being overbought and oversold on the RSI. Recently, though, it has been more oversold than it has been overbought, which means that it could potentially shoot back up. So, yeah, you can see what happens there. Normally, when it oversells itself, it tends to shoot back up. When it's overbought, it tends to go back down. So, you know, you got that going on. As far as the float for this stunk, it's 1.29 million. Volume is 19.2 million. So the volume is a lot higher than the float. I like that. It's up 49%, 50% right now, but it did hit a nice high of 131%. Again, we made a video on this stunk last night, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded, and remember to share. All right, because sharing is caring. Actually, be sure to share it up right now. Share it up right now. Share it with your mom. Share it with your dad. Share it with your brother, your sister, your cat, your dog. Yeet. All right. I made a Jey Uso reference. I was watching WWE last night. You know how it goes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hope he beats Gunther. Anyway, but yeah. So, by the way, WrestleMania is this weekend. That's this weekend. I can't wait to see that.
Oh my.
I can't wait to see that.
Yes.
I'm going to be watching that on Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be like, ooh.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's how the weekend's going to go. Like, I could be at the beach. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, just has to be done.
Yes.
All sorts of storylines, man. It got me invested in the story. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see here. So, I had a bit of an ABCD over here for SBEV. Let me get my graffiti pencil. Bop right there. Had a bit of an ABCD pattern going on over there. All right. Dropped all the way down to here. Formed a bit of a descending wedge. And then after that, curled up a bit more. Right over here. And then, of course, went all the way down to here. Boom. All right. And then curled back up. Pow. Right over there. All right, and now it's testing the resistance line at $2.24. So right now we'll see what happens with it. We shall see what happens. Again, it was a bit oversold on the RSI, which means that it could potentially curl. It could potentially curl, but we'll have to see. It has to break through that 224 resistance line for it to be schmexy. Then after that, it has to break through 237, 245, 259, and then 271, and then has to break all the way upwards. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. SBEV is currently 61%, but it did have a nice high of 131% over there. Now it just broke through the 224 resistance line, hit nice 229, but then after that went back down. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. All right, we shall see what happens. Can it break 230? And if it does, can it break 237, ladies and gentlemen? Can we see that happen? Maybe. I mean, it does have the volume. It has good volume. Has good volume. Low float. The float is pretty reasonable. I like it. I like that. So we'll see what happens. Me personally, I like that. But okay, we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. That's my opinion.
Yes.
Alrighty. So.
What else is going on here?
Let's see. MURA is currently doing its thing there. Let's see. SBEV is just chilling right now, kind of moving. It's trying to break that resistance line. It is trying to break that resistance line there, but I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yep.
I cannot wait for WrestleMania. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for it. Can't wait to see John Cena and Cody Rhodes clash. I can't wait to see that.
Oh, is that this weekend?
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
That and Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be a great one. I can't wait to see that. 'Cause that's gonna be lit. I mean, I just can't wait to see that. It's gonna be amazing. ARBB. Let's check out ARBB. See what they're doing. What is ARBB doing? ARBB. Let's check that out. ARBB. All right. ARBB does have some wicks of indecisiveness over here. Float is a little bit high at 14.42 million. The volume is 20.02 million, ladies and gentlemen. So we got that going on. It's got an end of day stock market wrap up news that's going on over there. Came out yesterday, most of this news. And it also had small caps shine amid a tariff reprieve. So you got that going on as well. And also insider buying news. And they also, and ARB IoT, which is the name of the company, shared skyrocket as it secured a $53 million order for supplying AI servers. So it did get some money there, had some insider buying news, and of course they had some end of stock wrap up news, which is, you know, that's just a little miscellaneous news right there. But the float for the stock is a little bit high at 14.42 million. Volume is 20.04 million. Currently, let's check and see if it's overbought. It has a history of being overbought in the RSI. Little bit of history of doing that. Little bit of history. Let's see what goes on. Let's zoom in the room. Right now, it is not overbought or oversold. Let me get my graffiti pencil activated over here. Bop, right there. All right, let's see what we got going on. First things first, boom. A to B, B to C, C to D. That's the first thing. Had a bit of a descending wedge after that. Right over there. Actually, no, I call this more of a pennant. And it's trying to break above the pennant right now. Has to break through VWAP for it to be so much maxi to me. And let me take a look at that floating volume again. Let me take a look at that floating volume. Let's see that floating volume. The float is 14.42 million. Volume is 20.07 million. So you got that going on, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got going on. Yes, sir. All right. So, of course, we have that stuff going on. We're chilling with that. We are chilling like a villain. It has to break through that VWAP at 91 cents for it to be so much mexy to me. And let me get the zoom out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit. Get some support and resistance lines. You got one support and resistance line all the way over here at $1.29 and change. 122 and change. Got another one over here at 113 and change. Got another one all the way down here at 106, another one at 102, another one at 95, another one all the way over here at 88, another one over here at 81 cents, another one over here at 61 cents, another one all the way up here at 72. Let's see, and then you got another one over here at 62 cents, and another one down here at 55 cents. And all the way down here at 53 cents. Hold on. There we go. That's what I wanted. All right, let me get my water because my voice getting a little gravelly. It's a little dry. You know how it gets out here. Here we go. Yeah, otherwise it could sound like, you know, gravelly and hello. You know what I mean? My name is Optimus Prime. Yeah, we don't want that Optimus Prime voice. Actually, you know, kind of do. But at the same time, I mean, that Optimus Prime voice is kind of dope. I'm just saying. Anyway, it is kind of dope. I'm just saying. Can never go wrong with my name is Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots. Can never go wrong with that, man. He's like Morgan Freeman. Only a robot that transforms into a giant truck with a giant axe on one hand and a gun on the other. It's kind of cool.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he got that gentleness to him, man. It's like that cool, stern, like calm demeanor. I'm like, man, this is Morgan Freeman as a robot. God bless. And I don't care who you are. Everybody and their mother wants to sleep in a pillow full of Morgan Freeman's voice. Okay, everybody. All right, I don't care who you are. If you're telling me no, you lie. That's a lie. Everybody wants Morgan Freeman's voice in the form of a pillow. If that were a thing, everybody would be buying it.
Yes.
I'd be like, shut up and take my money right there. Done.
Okay.
God bless Morgan Freeman.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Let's see what else we got. What else we got?
Let's see. It's like it's that now. No.
All right.
Let's see. What else?
Let's check out OST because that one kind of just came up. I don't know if it's got any volume. Let me check. But
Okay.
OST. Let's see what we got going on. No. That one kind of popped up a little bit, but after that kind of started dropping a little bit. I could tell just by looking at it. Not a lot of volume. No news on this stonk. Float is 1.31 million. The volume is 3.3 thousand. Not good. Not something I'd look at. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Man. All right. Let's see what else we got. What else do we have? Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Let's see. What about MSGM? Let's see what MSGM is doing. MSGM. Let's see what they got. Oh, not a lot of float. I could tell just by looking at it. Float, actually, excuse me, not a lot of volume. Not a lot of volume. The float is 1.69 million. Volume is...
Hold on. Excuse me.
Volume is 288,000.
Yes.
And change. So the volume right off the bat is lower than the float. Not looking too schmexy for me. However, it does have some insider buying news as well as an announcement that Motorsport Games Inc., which is the name of the company, announces a $2.5 million strategic investment led by virtual reality company Pimax. So they got that going on. Let's see. What else do we have? Ooh. Something just came in. MSGM and USAR. I'm going to check out MSGM. Actually, wait. I'm already checking out MSGM. All right. Right now, MSGM is just having this major price spike randomly. Just a random major price spike. But again, it's on low volume, so I don't trust it too much. It is a bit overbought in the RSI as well. Was a bit oversold earlier in the day. Hold on. Let me actually got it here. All right. Let me see. It was a bit oversold at around 9:55 a.m. on the 9th, and that was a while ago. So now it's overbought today. It's a bit overbought, so we got that going on. It just shot up like crazy. But again, the float is reasonable at 1.69 million, but the volume is 574,000. So the volume might be creeping up a little bit, but it's still low. It's a lower volume than the float. So not liking that too much. So we'll see what happens. But right now, this stock is kind of moving up a little bit. It's moving up a little bit right now. But again, look, it's forming a bit of a double top. A little bit of a double top. Let's zoom in the room over here. Not liking that double top over here. Look. See that? See this? You see this? Not liking that. Hold on. Let me remove that. Let me remove that bop over there. Let me get the other graffiti pencil. Boom. All right. You see this? You see that? Needs to break through that mark over there. $1.24 for it to be somewhat schmexy, and even then it's got to get some volume. But the volume is starting to creep up. 971,000 for the volume, but it is forming a double top. Not liking that double top. I like the double bottoms, DBL moms. I like that double as well as the bottom tails. I like the bottom tails. Yes, sir. I like the bottom tails. Yes. So, right now, it is dropping. Not liking that. It's got a bit of a top tail, but it's a top tail red. Not liking that either. So we'll see what happens with it. We shall see what happens with it. But right now, not looking too schmexy. Not looking too promising. Not liking it. You know how they say in McDonald's, I'm loving it? I'm not loving this.
No.
Not loving it.
No.
No. Not loving it. Not loving it at all. Let's see what happens. Let's see what else we got. Because MSGM, I don't know, man. That ain't it. It don't feel like it's it. It don't feel like it, I say. I live on the 5th floor, I say. Joe talk about 3, that's not me, baby.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. MURA. That's a bit of a high float, but... I'm going to check out MURA. Let's check out MURA. All right. MURA currently, hold on, let me get rid of this. Remove this. No, I just want to remove this one thing right here because I want to get ready to fix the channel because it's still in channel time. Channel time, it's channel time. Channel time, it's channel time. It has to break through this channel over here. Still has to break through it, man. It has yet to break through. All right, has to break through that 221 mark over there. Has to break through 221 for it to be so much maxi to me. All right, the float. All right, again, it's still a bit overbought. Still a bit overbought, but the float. But the news is that Mural Oncology plans to explore strategic alternatives. They have insider buying news and pivoted with a $144.4 million war chest with an eye strategic deals after the Nemvalukin halt. So we'll see what's going on there. And the float obviously is a little bit high, 15.39 million. The volume is 38.47 million. So you got that going on. It's got to break through that 221 mark though. Looks like it's trying to. It looks like it's going to try to test that high. It looks like it's going to try to test that high. Maybe even break through it. Can we see it break through it? Maybe. Maybe it's trying to test it a little bit. A little bit of testage. Can never go wrong with a little bit of testage.
Let's see, what other ones are coming around here? Nothing giant.
All right. Got ourselves set up right there. The MURA currently the stunk is $2.11. Has to go up by 10 more cents and break through that for it to be so much maxi to me. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens with the stunk. But right now, it's not looking very interesting right now. Not interesante. Not interesante right now.
No.
We shall see, though. We shall see. All right. With the stunk, yes. Yes.
Let's see. What other little things can we look at today?
Hey. But yeah, what do you guys got? What are you guys looking forward to this weekend or throughout this week? Me personally, tonight I got some plans with some friends, man. I'm gonna play some Warhammer with them. You know, Warhammer 40K. Love that game. Gonna do that. Enjoy my time, just chilling with them. Right? They got a new update coming out for that game, so I'm gonna be on that. They got the new DLC and all that stuff. I'm gonna get that. Oh my lord! Because the moment Warhammer 40K comes out with a new update to the game, and they have like a new DLC pack, I'm like, shut up and take my money. Just take it. Take it. Take it. That's it, man. That's it. I mean, hey, look. I mean, you already know. I got like a lot of those little figurines. I do, man. I can't help it. They're so cool. They're so cool, man. You can never go wrong with a Warhammer figurine. You can never go wrong with it, man. They're so cool. You build them and all that good stuff, and then DVR mom, she notices like I got a bunch of them just all around my room. She's like, "What is why?
Is this Gulliver's Travels? What is going on here?"
Yes, it is exactly that. It is exactly that, only with more pew pew. More pew pew kaboom and awesome armor and more for the Emperor. Duh. It's like, what are all these little weird goblin things? Those are not goblins, those are orcs.
Okay.
Those are orcs. Who are these little weird guys? Those are not little weird guys, those are space marines. They fight for the Emperor of mankind. Heretic.
AKA little weird guys in very, very big armor.
Hey, it's very big armor that is awesome looking. Okay. Right. Like, very colorful armor too. Like, it's different factions of Space Marines, man.
Okay.
Different factions. It's like the same corporation, different division. Eh?
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I don't know. It's amazing. And the books too. I got like a lot of those books. Oh Lord, I have a lot of those books. Got a lot of those books. I'm gonna read the heck out of those. Like, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta understand. Like, I don't mind. People are like, oh my God, it's rainy. Oh, this sucks. Me, I'm like, dude, it's sunny. Ooh, I'm gonna go outside and chill out. Have a cup of water, just chill out on the beach, or go outside, touch some grass, and spend time with my family, right? And then if it's raining, it's like, oh, dude, I'll just curl up with a good old book, man. Curl up with a good book, man. Warhammer book or some other book, man, and then just chill. You know what I mean? Like chilling out.
Yes.
I could do that,
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Who says I can't, Like, do you know how awesome that'll be? I'll just chill there with a book and just read? Or play video games? Oh, dude. I got no problem either way. That's just my thing, man. That's just my thing. Right now, MURA is still a bit overbought on the RSI. Still a bit overbought. So right now, it looks like it's trying to go down to not be overbought. And it's trying to, like, make up for how overbought it is on the RSI. So we'll see what happens right now. Because the RSI looks like it's tilting downward. Which means it's trying to get itself more level. So it's not overbought and not oversold. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man. I don't know. I love that franchise. What franchises do you like to read about or play video games about? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, man. Because I'd like to know. I would like to know.
Yes.
Because honestly, you know what? I mean, hey, the Warhammer series got a lot of lore. I like that. I like the Halo series. Love that series. Oh, I love that series. I hear they're coming out with a new one. I don't know. They have Gears of War. Gears of War is going to be awesome because they have E-Day coming out. And E-Day takes place before the original Gears of War game. And I kind of can't wait for that. Because that's going to be so cool. It's going to be so cool. I love that game so much. I'm pretty sure they had books for that too. But I haven't gotten to read those yet. I can't wait to do that too. But yeah, the game itself is amazing. I know the Halo's got a bunch of books. And I still got to read those.
Right.
Because I heard that the book series was great. I heard it was great. Oh my. That's it, man. I'll either read, play video games, or go outside and spend time with my. Either way, I'm spending time with my family. I'll just sit there and read. People are like, oh my God, there's a thunderstorm. I got a flashlight so I can continue reading. It's like, did the power go out because of the thunderstorm? Yeah. You all right? Yeah. I'm just reading a book. It's like, oh, well, no video games. Book. Either that or the Gundams, man. Ever build a Gundam, man? Those things are fun. Those things are fun to build, man. That's something like just in case I don't have any time. You know what I mean? Like if there's no electricity or something, if there's no if there's the thunderstorms and stuff like that, because that'll happen from time to time. No matter where you are, right? Like, I got that in case something like that happens. You know what I mean? Like, backup activity just in case, man. I catch up on my favorite shows on my phone. You know what I mean? Been watching SEAL Team as of late. I still got to watch season 7. I still got to watch that. Can't wait to watch that, man. That's going to be cool. Right? But right now, MURA is currently consolidated. Formed a bit of a double top over here. Not liking that. Not liking that too much. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. All right, boom, right there. Yeah, MURA currently right now has to break through this little line over here because it did form a bit of a double top at the 213 mark. Not liking that, ladies and gentlemen. Not liking that. No. So we'll see what happens there. Hold on one second. Let me get some water in me. A little bit of allergies, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of allergies. And actually, something interesting that I found out. A little fun fact. Did you know that milk and pollen actually have similar... What's it called? They have similar molecular structures.
Similar what?
Molecular structures.
Molecular structures.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Basically, what that means is that because they're so similar, if you're drinking milk and you're allergic to pollen, did you know that it could mess up your ability to drink milk?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Because your body's gonna register it as, oh, this is pollen. We're allergic to this stuff, and then it's gonna be like, ah, get it out.
No,
right?
that's not good.
No, that's not good. But that's how it works apparently. That's the thing. Apparently, it can do that. I was
Wow.
very surprised to find that out, but hey, it does that, man. It does that stuff.
Mhm.
Anyways, MURA currently has news that it has that pivot with the 144.4 million war chest, and is eyeing strategic deals after the Nemvalukin halt. Apologies, I didn't know how to say that word for a second. Very long word. So, yes, the Nemvalukin halt. All right. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like and comment and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon and share. Share the stream. Share it with your mom. Share it with your dad. Share it with your brother, your sister, your cat, your dog. Share it with all of them right now. Share it with all of them. Share it, share it, share it. Share it with your hamster. Share it with your hamster. Yeah. Because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times, and the early bird gets the cash. They get that filet mignon money. They get that extra Warhammer 40K figurine money. 'Cause those things are expensive.
Oh.
Well, not really. They're like $30 for a box, which is kind of even for like a box of them, which is expensive. Like, because they're little guys. But you know what? I don't know how many you get. I think you get a lot of them. But they get that money. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Get that Warhammer 40K figurine money.
Yep.
Yeah. Get a whole legion. Get a whole legion of those little dudes. You take over your whole house. It's like, can we have dinner on the dining room table, please? No. The Adeptus Astartes are fighting the Thousand Suns for the Emperor. What?
Yes.
I just want to have dinner. No, you cannot have dinner. The dining room table's reserved.
For.
The Space Marines.
Okay.
My mom's looked at me like, really?
Yes.
Really?
Very weird.
I'm like, you gotta admit, it does kind of look cool, though. Does it kind of look cool with the little tanks and the little...
Oh, yeah.
It did kind of look cool.
Yeah.
Don't hate on me.
That's crazy.
Don't hate on me, DBO moms.
That's crazy.
All right? Don't hate the player, hate the game. All right?
Alrighty.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right?
Lots
Okay?
and lots of games.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. All right? Don't hate the player.
Yep.
It's like, what is this little goblin thing? That is a chaos god. What do you mean?
Now, who?
That is a bad guy. That is the bad guy.
Got it.
It's like, she looked at me like, what? She's like, what? How do you know how do you remember all this stuff? I'm like, I read the books.
Yes.
The books tell me everything.
It happened.
Yes, the Codex Astartes, yes.
Yep. It's something.
Yes.
Alright. What are we doing?
Alrighty. So, that's what we got going on.
Yeah.
Alrighty, alrighty.
Anything else here?
Let's check out SNYR, see what SNYR is doing.
Okay.
SNYR. Looks like it's trying to curl up a little bit. Looks like it's trying to test that resistance point. It did curl up above the VWAP though. So let's zoom in the room. Alright. Boom. Over here. Let's get some... Boom. Over there. A little bit of graffiti pencil activated over there. It is trying to test the $4.28 mark a little bit. It is trying to test it right now. So we'll see what happens. Right now it's up to $4.18. $4.18. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Alright. Again, SNYR doesn't have any news at all whatsoever. The float for the stunk is 2.34 million. Volume is 38.16 million, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens. We're at this stunk. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to curl up a little bit. It was a bit consolidated at first, but the volume is still above the float. There is no news, though, so there's no real catalyst for it to go up. But it is up 131%. SNYR hit a nice high of 204% earlier this morning, but right now, currently has to break through the 425 mark, and then after that would have to break through the $5.08 mark, and then after that the $5.85 mark for it to be schmaxy.
Yeah.
Yes, and hopefully it doesn't form a double top. I hope not. I hope it doesn't form a double top over here. Let me get the graffiti pencil activated. Let's make sure it doesn't form a double top over there. I don't want it to form a double top over there. It looks like it's curling above it, though, thankfully. Still on a bit of an uptrend, but does have a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails, DBL moms. We like the bottom tails.
Bottom tail.
Yes, we like the bottom tails, ladies and gentlemen. The bottom tails. So, that's what we got going on. That is what we got going on.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. It's testing the resistance over here at 426. We'll see what happens with the stunk. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share. Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check out our 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for $199, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. And with our real-time alerts and scanners, ladies and gentlemen, you will get a bunch of cool stuff. You will get access to our chat. You will get access to our alerts. You will get access to our real-time alerts, which is done by both robots and humans. All sorts of good stuff. You will also get access to little tiny tips. Sometimes we leave little tips as well, and little tips and things like that.
Right.
We leave those as well. You also get access to our video notifications, and you will get access to our newsroom. We have a newsroom, ladies and gentlemen, as well as our market mover scanners. We have 2 sets of market mover scanners, both of which are lit. I love these things because they help tell when a stonk is going up, which stonks are moving up, which stonks are moving down, and they also tell you the change in the stonks in terms of percentage, the price, the volume, and the float. They're lit as heck, man. They're great. And we got news. We got a newsroom as well, so you can check that out, man. It's pretty lit. It's pretty cool. All right? So helps you stay up to date in terms of news and updates in terms of stocks and stuff like that, as well as things that we are looking at. So you got that going on.
Right.
Yes. So of course you can find us on YouTube at Coaching Money, where we do a lot of videos and updates and other things. Last night we did a video on SBEV prior to its 131% run. So that's what we got going on there. It's got the SBEV video last night prior to its 131% run. Be sure to check that out because, yeah, it was a pretty good video. Pretty good. Excuse me. A little bit of a hiccup there. Apologies. But, yeah, so we got that. We do live streams on YouTube as well, and we put up shorts. And, of course, be sure to watch out for DBL Mom's new series of the financial and stonk news, ladies and gentlemen. The Coaching Money Financial and Stonk News. Be sure to look out for that, as well as Mama Money's Pearls of Wisdom. Be sure to check those out as well, ladies and gentlemen. So you can find that all at Coaching Money on YouTube. Yes, sir. And then, of course, you can find us on X.com, aka Twitter, at Coaching Money, where we do a lot of live streaming as well. We do a lot of live streaming as well there, as well as stonk market analysis, and sometimes we put up some news there too. So you can check that out there too. You can check that out. You can check us out on Twitch at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money, where we do a lot of live streaming. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. You can find us there at Coaching Money, where we do a lot of news and updates and other little things like that. So you can find us there as well. And then, of course, you can find us on TikTok, Tiki-Taki, a.k.a. the Tac. The Tac. You can find us there at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS. And the screen name is Coach Nick Money. And we do a lot of little videos there too. So you can check those out. Yeah. Some with market analysis, others with news, and others with, just little motivational quotes and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check that out. Anyways, yeah, you can find us there. And, of course, remember, be sure to check out that 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for $199 and then $79 out there after. Be sure to check that out. Link is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. So be sure to click the link down below or in the pinned comment section to get your trial today while it lasts, because it may not last for long. So you never know. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Hope you guys have your dreams and aspirations come true. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day today and an even better day tomorrow. And that's it. Much love, guys. Take care. Make a lot of money. Be greenable. And it's Double Nicks. I love you guys. I'm here with the Serengeti specialist herself who loves to be in the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee, flying out of a helicopter. Sometimes she goes, wee! Yes. And, of course, like some RBs or some candies. You know, a little bit of chocolate teas. We call her Divya Moms. Yeesh. And that's it. Thank you.